Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well today. Today I'm going to be walking you through some of the advanced settings for your backlight on your Garmin Instinct watch. So I like to always mention I'm using the Garmin Instinct Solar non-tactical version. This video should work no matter which Garmin Instinct you've got, whether it's the solar, non-solar, tactical, or non-tactical. The other thing I'll mention is I've done another video where I'll walk you through how to adjust the brightness of your Garmin Instinct. I'll try and hyperlink that one in here because if you're just looking to adjust the brightness, you really don't have to go through all the settings that I'm going to be showing you today. There's a much quicker way to do that. So the other thing I'll mention really quick is I'm using this watch as delivered from Garmin. I haven't made any adjustments to any of the hotkeys. What we're going to be looking at today is the advanced settings for your backlight. And to get to those, we're going to press and hold the menu button, which is the middle button on the left-hand side. Then we're going to press the ABC button to go down to settings. We're going to press GPS. And we're going to go all the way down to System, press GPS again. Again, use the ABC button to go down until we get to Backlight, and then we'll press GPS to select it. Now, normally on your Garmin Instinct watch, if you want to turn on your backlight, you'll notice that the top left button on the left side, your control button also says light. When I press that, you'll notice how my watch lights up. There's other ways we can control how the light turns on. And what's cool about the Garmin is they actually give you some different options. You can set it up to operate differently whether you're in an activity or you're not in an activity. So not in an activity means I'm just wearing my watch, I'm laying on the couch, I'm working. I can have different settings for my backlight for that versus if I'm jogging or hiking or hunting, whatever activity I'm doing. So that's a pretty cool feature. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to arrow down. You can do it different ways. I'm going to go into the not during activity just to show you the settings. The settings are going to be the exact same between not during an activity and during an activity. It's just you would go into each one depending on what it is you're looking to adjust. So we're going to press GPS for not during an activity, and I'm going to show you what each of these different features do. So keys. Currently, I've got mine set to after sunset. I'm going to press GPS and show you your options in here and talk to you about them. On would mean any button I press, not just the light button, but any button I press will turn on my light. Off means no button will turn on the light except for the control button, which is my light button. After sunset means no button will turn on my light except for the control button unless it's after sunset. And after sunset, any button will turn on my light, which I think is really a pretty cool setting. Remember, the less that your light's turning on, the better your battery life is going to be on your watch. So I'm going to turn this on just to show you. Notice how I'm pressing the up and down button, nothing's happening. If I turn this on, all of a sudden, any button I press is going to make the light turn on. So if I press the down button, the light turns on. Press the up button, the light's going to turn on. So I'm going to turn this off just so it's not annoying during the video, but that's what keys does for you. Alerts would mean as your watch is getting alerts, maybe you've got text messaging on, somebody sends you a text message. When you get that alert, do you want the backlight to turn on or not? So again, you can do on, off, or after sunset. After sunset means when you get alerts after sunset, turn on the backlight every time there's an alert. I tend to leave this off. Again, this is going to vary depending on what your use is. Gesture would mean, do you want the backlight to turn on automatically anytime you tilt the watch towards you to see what time it is? Some of the Casios, if you're familiar with the G-Shock, they've got this same feature. So you can turn this on, off, or after sunset. And again, this is one of those things, I usually leave it off. If I want to turn on the light, I don't have an issue just pressing the button. Timeout would be how long does the light stay on whenever it gets triggered. I've got mine set to 4 seconds, but you can actually set it to 8 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, or it never turns off. Never turns off means, I'll show you. I turn on the light, it'll stay on until I press it again to turn it off. Again, you want to consider battery life whenever you're making these settings, and you want to consider, do I really need that? But that's kind of a cool feature. Just if you want to control it manually on your own. And then brightness, this is what I was mentioning earlier. There's a quicker way to get to this to adjust your brightness, but you can also do it in here. I can press GPS and I can turn down my brightness. Notice how there's hardly any light. The higher I go, the brighter the light's going to get. And then once you've got your settings the way you want, you can press the back button and you can adjust them. So that's my settings for not during an activity, but I can go into during an activity and do the exact same settings, but they would only take effect whenever I'm in an activity. So notice during an activity, I've got my brightness set to 5%, whereas not during an activity, we have it set to 100%. So it's pretty cool. Really easy settings, but some pretty user-friendly settings for the backlight, which I think is great. Most watches don't really have this many features that you can choose from on your backlight. Once you're done, you've got it set the way you want. You can just go all the way back to the main screen, and you've successfully set your advanced settings for your backlight. So I hope this makes sense. If you've got any questions, as always, please put them in the comments. I'll see if I can help you out. Thanks for watching.